Yay, the kids are finally asleep.
So do you feel like...
Playing a game?
I've got a feeling a boss fight's coming up.
Ooh, I just got wrecked.
Headshot, baby.
Ooh, it's your turn to get the baby.
So are you up to the challenge?
Run, 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 run.
And we're dead.
That's when I realized I have no idea what I'm doing.
GG. Welcome back to another episode of the Gamer Parents Podcast, episode number 55. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by my wonderful wife, Joanne.
Hello there, everyone.
If you're new here, Joanne and I are a married couple. We have 2 kids. We love to game and talk about life and gaming on the podcast. We are gamers who parent and parents who game. But before we get into too much, I do want to turn attention to Joanne and ask, how was your week?
My week's been going pretty good so far. Pretty excited that Valentine's Day is around the corner. Just been out buying some goodie bags.
Was that a hint for me? Just letting me know that Valentine's Day is right around the corner?
Yes, get the hint.
All right, hold on. I need to go run some errands really quick. I'll be right back. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, there's goodie bags and goodies for some Valentine's Day party at our son's preschool. And it's always fun.
You're going to send him loaded with goodies to give out to all of his classmates?
Yes.
Maybe his teacher, earn a little bit of extra credit?
Uh-huh. So that he stays on their good side. We know he can be a handful.
What a teacher's pet.
Yes. And I don't know what's the norm here, but I don't remember doing much of that when I was in preschool. But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in like grade school, I never was in like officially like in preschool, but at least from what I could remember in grade school, kids would like give each other candy, usually like those sweetheart candies.
Aww.
That like no one really liked that much. They were not very good. I still don't think they're very good, but they like say cute things on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can like write each other notes or whatever and that kind of thing. It wasn't like a love thing, but it was just like a kids celebrating Valentine's Day and getting candy. And I think at that age, anything you get candy for, like they're all up for. So
yeah. I'm excited to do this for the first time with my kid, and we went out shopping, obviously, which was not a great idea to bring a kid out for candy shopping because he wanted to get just about everything on the aisle that has candy.
Yeah, what's with kids wanting everything from the store?
So you saw that I brought back like that 5 thing of cotton candy with different colors.
That's right.
Yeah, that's our son's doing, obviously.
Okay, I could have sworn that was you because I know how much you like cotton candy.
I know, but I wouldn't get 5 things of it.
Maybe.
This week was also a fun week to do some World of Warcraft cooking. I made pearl milk tea or boba tea. And even though I'm Asian and a lot of people say that, Asians love boba, I was never really a fan of boba growing up. I mean, for some reason, every single time I eat boba pearls, I bite my cheeks. You know, the inside of the cheeks? I don't know.
Only with those? Or does that happen with other foods?
No, just boba for some reason. I don't know why. So I never really like it as much. And it was weird. So I made this because I have this crazy OCD in me to want to do every recipe in the World of Warcraft cookbook, right? And one of it was pearl milk tea from Mists of Pandaria expansion. So I had to make it. And the funny thing was I really, really love it. This was the one boba tea, or one of the best, I would say, that I've ever had. And I don't know if that's because I'm biased at first. So I gave it to a friend of ours who is a pro in sampling boba teas. And she said it was extremely good too. So I'm proud to say it was not me being biased.
Good. Well, I'm glad that it turned out good. I'm not really much of a boba tea person, but I haven't had too many of them. But the one that you made, it was definitely one of probably the best that I've had.
Yeah, and it's funny because our son, obviously, he's never been exposed to any boba tea yet.
Yeah, but anything we eat or drink around him, he has to try it.
Yeah,
he's like, I want it. I need it. And we're like, I don't think you're gonna like this, buddy. And he's like, no, I'm gonna like it. So you let him try it, and he's like, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, he doesn't like the tea, but he said he loved the pearls because I kind of like soak it up in honey and sugar. So obviously it's gonna be yummy.
That's why they were so good.
And then the tea part, he was not really a fan, and I don't blame him. Kids and tea
Yeah,
don't
that's
get
something
along.
you usually don't kind of get a taste for until you're older.
Yep. So that was one of the wow recipes I made this week. And another one I made was tracker snacks, which is basically bacon, also coated with brown sugar and some northern spices.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then you bake it for like 20 minutes. And then it comes out like beef jerky, I would say, but bacon jerky.
Well, I mean, kind of, but it's like everything you put on it makes it like a glaze.
Yeah, like
right?
a
So it's not like
glaze one.
dry like beef jerky would be. Like it's very moist and and it's bacon with kind of like that kind of sweet glaze over it.
Yes.
It's really good.
It's
was
really
very
good. I mean, I would definitely put this as a must-have snack. If we ever go like for backpacking or stuff, I would have to put this in a Ziploc and bring it with us, I would say.
Yeah, and
It's so
it seemed
good.
like it wasn't really that hard to make, right? I mean,
No.
just the bacon and the stuff that you mix to put over it, but wasn't for how good it was. It didn't seem like it was a super complicated recipe.
The northern spice takes a while. I mean, like, it's tricky to make the northern spice because you have to like grind it and stuff. But once that's prepared aside, then you can just make this as much as you want. So
Yeah. Well, there you have it. I would just say make sure that you spend at least 10 seconds eating it so that you get the whole food buff.
ooh, yes, yes.
That's a World of Warcraft joke for anybody who did not get that.
And it says if you eat it for 10 seconds, you will be well fed and your tracking beast ability would be awoken. You'll have it for an hour. It's a hunter snack.
Okay, well, there you go. There you have it. So that's a little link to what it does in game. But if you do cook it IRL, it is extremely yummy.
Yep, you can check it out on our Instagram at gamer_parents_podcast.
Yes, and the recipe is there. So if you even want to try it yourself, which I'd highly recommend you do, especially if you are a fan of bacon, which a lot of people are, it's super good.
Yes.
So try it and share your thoughts.
And also this week, I get to do a few science experiments with our son on Wacky Science Wednesday. So every Wednesday, I try to make it fun because our son goes to school on Tuesday and Thursdays. So on Wednesday, he stays home, he gets a bit restless, and I figured what better way to make a toddler excited than science experiments. And he loves science, so we did an experiment called Panic Pepper.
Panic pepper. What's that?
So it's basically teaching the kids about surface tension on the water. We fill a bowl with water, sprinkle pepper on the top of it, and then we dip a cotton swab in dish soap, and then we put it in the middle of the bowl, and you watch the pepper spread away because the surface tension was broken. So yeah, I did that with Dylan. I tried to explain it as much as I can to him, but he still doesn't really get this whole surface tension thing, but it's okay. He enjoyed seeing how it reacts. So
Yeah, it looked really cool. So this was while I was at work, so I didn't get to witness the whole experiment. But really, you just needed water, pepper, a Q-tip, and dish soap.
yep.
Pretty much things that most people have in their house anyways.
Yeah.
So cool little science experiment that people can do if you have kids around our age, maybe even a little bit older, it works.
Yep.
I don't understand the science behind it, so you'll probably have to explain that one to me later too.
Yeah.
You can do it with me when Dylan's busy or at school or something.
That's funny. And then we also made a pan flute out of straws. So that was to teach him how different length of straws would make different noise because of the air that vibrates, and the molecules of air that vibrates inside the straw,
Right, so to explain that, you cut up straws, right, to make them different lengths,
Mm-hmm.
and then we tape them all together?
Yes, we taped them all together. So it looks like a pan flute. And
So I wouldn't know what a pan flute was. I know what you're talking about because I've seen it around the house, but yeah, so basically then you blow into it, right, and like blow all the way across, and then it makes like a different sound because the straws are of different lengths, right?
Yep. You got that. Yeah. So
Yay, science.
Yeah. So he enjoyed that. And then on Friday, I think it was, or was it Thursday? But anyways, we took a walk. The weather was nice, so I brought the kids out to a lake nearby so they could look at ducks and pretend to be fishing using sticks.
I can't wait until they're old enough to skip rocks.
I
'Cause
know.
I've always loved that. I loved doing that as a kid. I love doing that as an adult. And I have memories of like skipping rocks with my dad. And I think it'd be cool. Like I know they're both too young, especially Faith,
Mm-hmm.
to be throwing anything, especially rocks.
Well, they were throwing. Dylan was throwing rocks.
Okay.
It
Well,
was the whatever. It wasn't skipping. It was just thrown and sinking.
yeah, but I can't wait for him to like skip rocks with me.
I
That'd be fun.
know that would be fun. I know how competitive you can get with
Yeah,
rocks.
you need whoever can skip it the most times wins.
Yeah.
That's how it always works. My dad would never let me win because he was really good at it. So I started to get somewhat decent too.
Yeah. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's tough. It takes practice.
Yeah, so that was this week. It's very a mixture of being outdoors and indoors at the same time.
Nice. Yeah, it was definitely a busy week. We did a lot, right? And that is even it. But what else? What else for your week?
So that was in live, and then for gaming, we had Mom's Fortnite out
I
on
thought
Friday.
it was the official name. Is it Mom Night Out?
Yeah, it's a mom's night out normally, but
But,
then
like,
because
night
it's
is,
Fortnite,
like,
yeah.
Fortnite.
So it's Mom's Fortnite out, where I play Fortnite with other moms, cat moms, regular moms, any moms, even if you have fur babies, it counts. And then we can talk and just hang out for about an hour while we play some shooting. And I feel like I really got better at it compared to before, compared to the first time. Well, of course, that's
Yeah, because
normal.
we're both still kind of new to Fortnite
Yeah.
in general, still learning it, and you're improving a lot, which is good.
Yeah.
Great.
At least I found out like my favorite weapon to use so far. It's the DMR or the Red Eye.
Ooh, both the longer ranged weapons. So
Yeah.
that's the way you lean. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like those are probably my two favorite also.
Yep. And then I did a lot of World of Warcraft, Mythic Dungeons, more than last week. I know last episode I mentioned how I've never played that much before for Mythic
Until
Plus.
this week.
Yeah, until this week. Then I realized I've topped that. I actually played 6 Mythic Plus dungeons, which were all level 7 and 8.
Nice. And the week's not even over yet. You still
Yeah,
have
so I
a few more
still
days.
I still plan to play a couple more times so that I could get like more choices on the rewards.
Oh yeah, after this, you down?
Yes, count me
Alright.
in. I've been waiting for you, Kevin.
I'll queue us up.
And yeah, it was really fun watching my ratings, the Mythic Plus ratings go up and up the more dungeons I beat.
Ooh, nice.
It was really hard this week. Like it was fortified, so the non-bosses were pretty strong.
Got it. Yeah.
And then they have bursting, which means that they explode upon death, like once you kill them.
Gotcha. Yeah, so just to explain that to anyone who doesn't understand what we're talking about, each week they rotate like different passives or buffs that enemies get in these dungeons that we're talking about, and those buffs basically cycle each week, kind of like random ones that'll show back up, and some of them are a lot worse than others.
Yeah.
And some of them make just a nasty combination. And so those are the ones that she's talking about. But yeah, but that's not too bad, I don't think.
Yeah, those two. So the bursting would leave damage over time on the players, right? And it stacks. And then there's explosives that you have to target and destroy as well while you're killing the trash.
You just have to know how to handle them.
Yeah, it's just
And-
so much to handle at one time. And that plus the regular mechanics. So I was proud of myself to do 6 so far of higher levels,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my goal is to be able to do Mythic 15 plus.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm slowly getting there, learning more as I play along.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I don't enjoy raids as much as you do, but I feel like I enjoy Mythic Plus. I mean, it
Sure.
gives me that suspense,
Mm-hmm.
And then I also played Disney Dreamlight Valley, like just for an hour so far into it, so I can't talk much about it, but I really like it so far because it's very chill on nights where I feel like I don't want to get too stressed out or not grind too much. Disney Dreamlight Valley was quite relaxing to me. It reminds me of Kingdom Hearts, and of course, it's because it's Disney. And I like the fact that I could change the channel, the radio channel in my house, and then it's like it plays different instrumental songs from Disney shows.
So these are like songs you've heard before from Disney movies?
Yeah, but instrumental like Frozen and.
That's kind of cool.
I know, so it's very relaxing.
Yeah, that would definitely tie in like a lot of good feelings that people have with Disney and like around the music, especially. And that game kind of came out of left field for me because I didn't even know you were wanting to play it. I don't think you've really talked about it before. You're just like, oh, I've been playing this. Yeah. And I was like, okay, had no idea that you even wanted to.
Yeah, I saw someone stream it that day and I thought it was cute, so I decided to give it a try.
Okay, cool.
And last but not least, we played some Among Us together this week.
We did. Not even this week. It was like 30 minutes ago.
Yes.
We literally like just finished playing with some friends, playing Among Us. Mm-hmm. The hide and seek mode.
Yes, and it was my first time to play in that mode. Yeah. Was it your first to play hide and seek?
Yeah, that was my first time to play that mode. I know it's a mode that like people were playing, like it was technically not a standalone mode. People would kind of just make up their own rules and play that in a normal match. But then they went ahead and added it into the game, which is cool because now there's a different way you can play it. And the matches were a lot shorter and just kind of very different way of playing the game. So it's fun. A lot simpler too.
Yep. So yeah, I guess this was a pretty fulfilling week, I would say. What about you? What do you got to share with us?
All right. Since you ended with gaming, I will start with gaming just to keep that consistent. So yeah, there was the Among Us with friends. We did a lot with friends this week, which was nice, right? You had your Fortnite with moms. We played Among Us with quite a few of our new friends. I also had a chance to play Fortnite with some fellow dads. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit, which was fun. We also got to play Fortnite. I don't think you were in that one, but I got to play Fortnite with some other friends. So a little bit of Fortnite this week. And then I played a few games of Warzone with my pal Nick, who's a new friend, which has been great getting to know him. And we got to hop into a few games of Warzone the other day. And I hadn't played Warzone in months. It's, if you've been listening to the podcast long enough, you'd probably know that I used to talk about that game all the time. I used to play it every week. And then I kind of took a break from it for a long time. And so this was like the first time getting back into it.
Bit rusty?
Not bad, actually. I honestly, I surprised myself. Like, I feel like I kind of picked it up like where I left off. It didn't feel like too rusty necessarily. I thought I was going to be out. Like I already, like before we started, I was like, I haven't played in months. Like, don't expect very much from me. But I surprised myself a little bit, and I don't know if it was luck. Most likely it was probably luck. But yeah, it was good. It was a good time. It was fun. Also, still playing through God of War on the hardest difficulty. Give me God of War.
Oh yeah.
And an update from the last time I talked about it. I have made a little bit of progress, but I can feel like every sit down that I have with the game, I feel like I'm getting through less and less content. Just because, there were a couple of nights like in a row where in the game there's these berserkers, what the enemies are called, and I think that's kind of like the Valkyries of the 2018 game. And these berserkers they're basically their bosses. They're not like primary story bosses. They seem to be completely optional, but they are tough. There is, I think maybe the first one or two that I got weren't too hard, and then I started getting ones that were just really difficult. And there was about 2 in a row that I've like basically faced like back to back, like one night to the next, and it probably took me a good 2 hours just to beat each one.
Oh my god! Did you beat them all yet?
Not all of them. I think I've beaten like 4 of them.
Ooh, okay.
And I know there's a lot more, but I just got to one that seems way harder, and I decided to just skip it. Like I'm not gonna go through this a third time. But yeah, just spending like 2 hours trying to beat the same boss over and over and over and over again, like to the point where like you have to memorize like what it looks like when they use every single move and which ones you parry, which ones you can just block, which ones you have to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when to strike the boss and all this stuff. And I feel like you had to do it like perfectly, like over the course of minutes without like making any mistakes. And it's rough. I don't know if I'm going to finish the game on this difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to feel more like I won't be able to make it if I don't lower the difficulty. It's mostly the bosses, but even some of the, you know, regular enemies are pretty difficult sometimes. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna not do as many of the side bosses like those berserkers and kind of just go through the primary story and see how far I can get. At least my only fear is like I get to the last boss and I just can't beat him.
Oh, so the berserkers weren't part of the main story?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you get like some good loot and stuff if you kill them, but they're not part of the main story. At least not as far as I can tell. So far, nothing's like forced me to do it. Like I just see them there and I go and try and beat them just because I want to say that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not gonna like spend 2 hours trying to beat one boss anymore, unless it's like a main story boss. But so far, those ones haven't been nearly as bad as those berserkers. So
Okay.
I think I just need to stop trying to beat those. But yeah, so that's it with God of War. I've also still playing a lot of Marvel Snap. I got the Cerebro card, which has been a new favorite for me right now. Usually every time I get like a staple card that's like a really important, you know, a deck revolves around it, I'll usually make like one or two variations of it and then pretty much just play that. So I've just been playing different Cerebro decks, which are fun. And yeah, I'm doing okay. Also, we had a new season start, I think within the last week. And so everybody basically dropped 30 ranks. And so I went from like 50 something to 20. And it, you know, I think it ranges from like 1 to 100, right? So 20 is pretty low, which also kind of put me in another group of players where they just aren't playing very well, just because, you know, they're low rank like that with me. So I'm winning a lot more often, which is kind of nice considering before those higher ranks I kind of just get crushed. So I think it's helping me enjoy the game a little bit more. Right now, I think I kind of need a little bit of a boost in that game. But that's it for gaming. So I'll move over to the life side of things. Valentine's Day is coming up. This episode is going to come out right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So if you are in a relationship, don't forget to do something for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right, make it special in some way. Don't make it just any other day. Don't skip it. Even though it may be tempting just because life gets busy and a lot of other things going on. But just make sure you do something, you know, set aside some time with that significant other, show them that you love them. And speaking of that, Valentine's Day, we like celebrating things around here for every chance that we get.
Yeah.
I mean, even our kids, like we celebrated like every month, or I don't know what you call that. Like, oh, they're 1 month old. Let's get a cake. 2 months old. Let's get another cake. Let's celebrate. You know, do something fun. So this weekend we had a Valentine's Day celebration with our kids. You and me, obviously, and my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the highlight of that was the Valentine's Day piñata.
Yeah.
Right? Which we hung up and let our kids destroy it, beat it up with a stick.
Well, I got to beat it up too.
You did too, yeah. You got to help them because our kids are only 2 and 4, and I mean they were hitting that thing pretty good, but not enough to like break it open. They were making some dents in it though, for sure. But yeah, we had to help them a little bit to kind of get the thing going and get it really cracked open. But once it did, all that candy started pouring out. They got super excited. It's not their first time doing piñatas. I know they did one recently that we talked about on another episode. But all the confetti and candy, and they were living it.
Yes. It was so fun to see them.
Yes. It also made a huge mess. But yeah, we got all that cleaned up, and they have a bucket of candy that they have to share now.
Yep.
Anything else from that party?
They also got like 2 teddy bears. Well, a teddy bear each, right?
Yes, that's right. I totally forgot about that. And some chocolates from
Yes.
Grandma and Grandpa.
And cards from us and Grandma and Grandpa. Yeah, we just want to let them know that Valentine's is a time where you eat candy and share your love with people you love, not necessarily those who are in a relationship, but also with your family.
Yes, yeah. And we get to celebrate Valentine's Day ourselves tomorrow with a nice romantic lunch date
Yes.
while a babysitter comes and hangs out with our kids for a couple of hours, giving us a chance to sneak away, grab some lunch and sushi at a Japanese restaurant that we love in town. It was actually one of the last places that we went on a lunch date, and I know we like that place so much, so we're going back there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Celebrate Valentine's Day a little bit early.
Yeah.
And it's just for a few hours, and then come back and hang out with the kids the rest of the day.
Yep. And do you want to mention how I'll be leaving town or leaving the country?
I'd rather not think about it, but all right. So the big news of this week's episode is that Joanne is getting ready to ditch town in a few more days, and she's going to be gone for almost 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna put it out straightforward here that Joanne is a pillar of this household, and she is the reason a lot of things get done around here,
such as laundry, cooking.
Yeah, the list goes on and on.
Everything.
But basically, she's what keeps this house running. I mean, I work, I help feed the kids.
Yeah.
I don't really cook. I don't really do laundry. I very, very rarely do any dishes. Joanne does like so much around here, and having her gone for 2 weeks kind of scares me to death. I'm a little bit terrified. This is also obviously the first time that you have been away from all of us for so long.
Yeah, the last time was before we got married. That was the last time I left the country, wasn't it? Because I remember coming back and then you proposed to me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, then on
our
a honeymoon. But that was with you. I'm talking about like without you, leaving the country without you.
Yeah, you've never...
Before you proposed to me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, this is the first time that I will have been alone with our kids for more than like a few hours, right?
Yep. Well, and this is the first time we'll be apart since we got married.
I mean, for like this long at least. I've been on like business trips that are a couple of days, but
oh yeah, that's true.
But aside from that, 2 weeks is a long time. I'm gonna miss you as soon as you step out the door. So,
aww,
I will be ready to welcome you back with open arms. I am also doing whatever I can to make life easiest on me and our 2 kids while you're gone. Still trying to figure out what that time is going to look like for me. Trying to make sure we have all the right food and stuff and ready to go for the week. Whatever I can kind of whip up that's going to be easy and that the kids will eat. So yeah, just wish me luck. Send your positive energy, prayers, whatever you got my way, because I'm gonna need it to survive those 2 weeks.
Yes.
As a single parenting it up, and our kids are a little wild and chaotic. So hopefully we all come through this.
Yes. But you play God of War on Give Me God of War difficulty, so this would be easy peasy for you. You're ready, Kevin. You're ready.
Yeah, if anything, I'm learning from Kratos of how to deal with a rebellious son. Boy. No. But yeah, that's it for life and gaming, I guess, for us, right? Shall we skip on over to new game releases?
Yes.
All right. We don't have a lot, but we have some really good stuff this week. For new game releases, we have Endling, Extinction is Forever on iOS and Android. We have Metroid Prime Remastered on Switch. And, of course, Hogwarts Legacy on PS5, Xbox Series S and S, and PC. Any of those stick out to you?
Hogwarts Legacy is definitely a big title right there.
Yes, it is. And so many people are playing it, talking about what house they get. And
I grew up on Harry Potter. I felt like it was one of the books that I could turn to escape reality while I was growing up, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I think a lot of people our age, and even extends before and after us for sure.
yeah.
Uh,
So I am a big fan of Hogwarts, right? So I am excited to see the game, but I'm not like joining the hype to play the game right now because we have a long list of games to catch up to.
I wish we could just play them all.
I know. So little time, so many games.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we even did the Wizarding World quiz just to find
Just
out.
for fun to see
Yeah.
what house we belong to, right?
Yeah. And undoubtedly I am Slytherin and you are?
Hufflepuff,
Yeah.
which I heard all of the cool people get put in Hufflepuff. I don't know if that's a thing. That's just what I was told. I'm gonna assume that's correct.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, she's Slytherin, folks. So keep an eye out for her. You never know what she's gonna be up to.
I speak parcel tongue.
Yeah. Also mentioned Metroid Prime remastered on Switch. That's a game I had the original one. I believe it was GameCube, and I really liked that game. Although I mean GameCube came out a long time ago, so I forget how many years ago this was. But I remember I got to a spot where I couldn't really beat. I didn't really know what to do. I couldn't get past it, but I really enjoyed the game, so I never ended up beating it. But now they have a remastered version of it, and it's on Switch, and we have a Switch. So hopefully one day I can pick that up and play through that game. That game was pretty fun. It's like a first-person Metroid game. You get to play as Samus and a lot of cool different weapons and attacks and stuff. But yeah, I just had to say that about that one.
Ooh.
But that's it for new game releases. Joanne, what do you have for new Game Pass games?
New on Game Pass this week is Hot Wheels Unleashed Game of the Year Edition on console, PC, and cloud. Madden NFL 23 on console and PC, and SD Gundam Battle Alliance on console, PC, and cloud.
Very nice. Not a whole lot there either.
Nothing stood out to me there.
Yeah, I mean, I've never played any of the Hot Wheels games. I feel like when it comes to racing, I'd rather do like Gran Turismo or Forza. But I've heard good things about those games. And then Gundam, I haven't seen or played anything Gundam in a long time. But I used to like Gundam growing up. I thought it was really cool, just like the giant, robot, just like duking it out, fighting each other.
Yeah, I've seen the giant Gundam model in Japan. They had it out in the streets, so.
Yeah, I just thought it was really cool. It's a really cool idea. So, I don't know. It's on Game Pass, so maybe we could check it out.
Yep.
So, let's run through where anyone could find us if they wanted to. They could check us out on Twitch, where we stream every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. And that is at twitch.tv/gamerparentspod.
Yes.
Last week we streamed World of Warcraft. Don't know what we're going to stream next week. But either way, it'll be a good time. Come and hang out with some really awesome people. I'm not talking about us, but I'm talking about our community and people that come out and hang out in our stream and talk and have a good time.
Yep.
And everybody is super nice and amazing. So I just have to throw that out there. I don't know if any of them are listening to this, but I hope they are and that they hear that me telling them that they are amazing.
Yes, and this week is gonna be Valentine's stream, so.
Oh yes. Oh, we're going to be streaming on Valentine's Day, aren't we?
Exactly. So catch us to experience some love in the air.
You can even redeem that whole channel point reward kiss. You could also find us on YouTube, on the Gamer Parents Podcast YouTube channel, or on Twitter, where I have been fairly active lately, twitter.com/gamerparentspod. Or like Joanne mentioned earlier, on Instagram.
At gamer_parents_podcast.
You can see her brilliant creations from the World of Warcraft cookbooks.
So real you can taste them.
Ooh, don't get me started. But yeah, give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever it is, and we would be super appreciative. The best place to come and hang out with us would be the Discord channel. We would love to have you in there where you can chat with us all throughout the day. We are typically in the voice chat there too, and welcome anyone to hop in and just hang out with us and have a good time. But I think that does it for us. I think that wraps up episode 55. But that is all that we have for you guys this time.
We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.